The exterior, as you can see, is pretty much 95% carbon now. You can tell that there's a lot of weight missing. A standard one with a full tank of fuel is 1320, and mine with a full tank of fuel is 912. My name's Jez. This is my Audi TT 2-litre TFSI. So I've always grown up around cars. My dad had a couple of old Subaru P1s. My first car was a 106 GTI. It was Hondas before this, but this actually belonged to my uncle. So he worked for Audi. It was basically just a summer toy. It'd never been out in rain, only used it at weekends, low mileage. When he put it up for sale, I just thought it was too good to let go. Obviously it was in really good condition, still got genuine stickers underneath. That was it. And then one thing led to another. I think within 2 weeks of having it, it was on air ride. And then, well, it is what it is today. Originally, it was, with it being low mileage, and I mean, it's a 2006. So originally, it was just to keep it clean. Because after I sold my Civic, I didn't really do anything with cars for a little while. But I think it's cars, it's in you. So it didn't take long before I decided I'd got to do something with it. The exterior, as you can see, is pretty much 95% carbon now. Obviously, we made all the molds. Obviously, the bonnet was bought from Sabon. That was imported from the States. But the rest of it, obviously, has all been done. I've got a few people that have been working with me. Got to give a shout out to little Richie from Exclusive Composites. He's done a lot of my interior work and a few bits on the exterior too. So yeah, he's done quite a lot for me. I mean, I was lucky because obviously I used to work in Birmingham for a motorsport company that made carbon, so I've got the contacts and I've kind of got the knowledge. The dash, centre console and everything is all fully flocked. I've got AMI race dash and gauges, full carbon steering wheel with the LED top, Cooler Works short shifter, single skin carbon seats. They're trimmed with Alcantara cushions with this thread that was matched to the paint. All faults floor with the AirX, Air Ride, one-off custom titanium cage. So the engine, my uncle actually fully forged that, so it is forged top to bottom. It's a hybrid KO3 turbo, R8 coil pack, uprated fuel pump, injectors and fuel rail, full titanium intake, which is now 94mm with Ram Air's giant program, the AirTech intercooler, and last time it was mapped, it ran 360. There is the potential for a lot more power, but unfortunately, obviously, I am a trailer queen, so I don't drive it, so I've put the money into other things instead of, obviously, the power. The exhaust, the cage, and the intake was all done by the same guy, so again, shout out to Rich Fabrication Shop in Oxford. The intake is not a one-off, but the cage and the exhaust is. So 4-inch downpipe, 3-inch all the way through with no resonators or box, so she's quite loud. So the wheels, they're Glenn from RD Customs, based in Manchester. He came out, gave me some ideas, he got the measurements, and then he had them made in the States and they were shipped over. So again, they are a one of one, there will never be another set of them. The front calipers are 6 spots, so are the rears, with RS6 floating discs, 6 spots, like I say, front and rear, and then obviously custom painted in the same colour as the car. So the Air Ride is AirX, so American company. Never had any problems with it. At the time, I was looking for a simple kit, and they did a kit for it, so it was the way I went. With the AirX, obviously it's great. It's all in one. It's one concealed box, so all you have to really do is fit the struts and run the lines. Everything else is sort of plumbed already for it. It's kind of plug and play. Since it's been on Air Ride, unfortunately, I have scraped now and again. So on the subframe and everything, there's still the original genuine stickers from the Audi factory. So yeah, it's pretty clean. The headlights are done by Custom Lights UK, Pedro. Well, I'd looked at his page and I'd seen kind of an idea of what I wanted. At the time, I did drive it and I felt the headlights at night were quite poor. So he said, like, well, we can do this, put projectors in, and we fancied it up. And then Rich, Exclusive Composites, he did the carbon on the interiors, and then I bought some new lenses from Audi, and then Pedro obviously resealed them everything again for me. Headliner, that was one of the first things I actually did in the interior. So I have got the Starlight headliner. Like I said today, I actually forgot I've got it because I'm never really in it and don't drive it anymore. But yeah, no, it's again, it's pretty much always set to the same colour as the car, pink. My audio system was supplied by Car Electronics in Derby. So I run the Halo 11 head unit, Audison 8-inch speakers and 4-inch in the front doors. And then Alpine do a camera switchable box. So I wanted to do something quite unique and different. So I actually put their 360 cameras in my wing mirrors. And then I've got their reversing camera as well. I spoke to Adam, and I'd already got the head unit. I'd already bought the head unit because I just wanted quite a big screen. I didn't want to go down the iPad route because it's been done a few times in a TT now. So I wanted something different. And I explained to him, and he was like, yeah, they do this camera system. So I was like, let's do it. The hardest bit was getting the cameras into the mirrors because I've still got the mechanism in the back, so they still move. So obviously I can angle the camera as well. But it is one of them things, because it's carbon sheeted, a lot of people don't realise, unless you look closely. I still get people now, that over the weekend, we just did a show yesterday, Ultimate Stance, there's people like asking about it, because they look at it and it just looks like a carbon sheet, and then they spot and they get a bit closer and they're like, oh, it's cameras. And then it's quite a cool way of getting people to start talking, really. Yeah. So the steering wheel is actually the same one that had been an Audi RS3. Obviously that's just, we've changed that. It's all been done in carbon with the LED top. So when the ignition first comes on, it lights up with Audi. And then obviously you've got the rev lights as well. It's a nice little feature. But that's full carbon along with the airbag as well. My aim this year was to get it out there and basically win as many awards this year as I could. I built it to win this year. It does sound kind of stuck up, but if the shows I've applied for, if I've not really been inside, I haven't gone. I've aimed for sort of like the higher shows and things like that. I mean, I was quite lucky. I got accepted for All Trace in Poland. That was the first show. I'd got plans before that, but unfortunately I didn't finish it. So the first show was Poland. So to get accepted for that and reveal it, and we actually drove there. So the road trip was quite an experience as well. 28 hours driving. I'd probably say the biggest achievement was to be ranked 5th at Waxstock. Some of the cars there, absolutely phenomenal. They've been stripped, sort of nut and bolted, floor to roof, no mileage on them, fresh paint. So sort of be against things like that, and obviously come out where I did. I'm really happy with that. You guys obviously asking me to do this meant that I did actually get to drive it on a public road. I mean, I'll be honest, it's probably not been over 6 miles an hour since I first started it again in June. Like I say, I drive round the showground, which is normally really slow, and just in and out of the trailer. So to be fair, driving it today it's the first time that I've actually heard it moving at some speed. So yeah, it was quite a nice experience, and it did give me the little bug. Like, I'm not gonna lie, as I said to you earlier, I do miss driving it now. Now I've experienced it again. I mean, you can tell that the car's a lot lighter. I mean, I do know what it weighs. So a standard one with a full tank of fuel is 1320. So mine with a full tank of fuel is 912. So there's quite a significant difference, and I noticed that today. You can tell that there's a lot of weight missing. Even though all the parts have been made from OEM fitment parts, just getting things to fit. I know I spent a good 5 to 6 hours just trying to get the door handles back in the doors, because obviously with anybody that knows carbon, it's 2 or 3 mil thicker. So I didn't want the handle to be too tight, but I didn't want it sort of loose either. So it was kind of filing the channel just till I got it right where it closed on its own. So I suppose I expected it to be quicker than I did. I tried to do probably a year's build in 5 and 6 months, and it took its toll. It was long days, long nights. Colour was one of the hardest things to pick. A lot of my friends said I should have left it Panther Black, which it was, but I felt that I'd lose the carbon. So I wanted something different and unique, and I went through colours, and I randomly came across an Instagram account, and I'd seen his car in a petrol station on one of his posts, and it was like a proper imperial pink. So I messaged him, I asked him what the paint code was. I got that, I got my friend to spray a panel, and it was nothing like it. So it was more of a burgundy. So I was like, right, okay. So I messaged him again, and he was like, oh, I really edit my photos. So I was like, right, okay. So then I know a friend who's used custom paints. So I sent it to them, I explained, and they basically kind of matched what I was looking for. The base coat is a Mercedes coarse silver. The first layer is ruby cherry candy, and then it's wishful pinky over the top. I think I couldn't have picked a better colour to go with the carbon. Massive shout out to Bram. It's the first 3-stage paint that he's done, and it was the first car he painted in his new unit. Bless him, he did it. He smashed it out of the park, and I can't fault it. Yeah, I've got a few bits that I want to do over winter. I'm definitely going to carbon the roof over winter. Exterior wise, that's really only what I'm going to do. The rest of it will be sort of interior. As I said before, I want to split my air ride. I want to retrim my false floor so it matches my seats, diamond stitch with the same colour as the car. I'm not changing up too much because, to be honest, next year, most of the shows I'm doing, I'm going to Europe, so it hasn't been seen over there. So general parts, so obviously when I stripped it, I got all brand new clips, nuts and bolts, but I'm lucky I've got a couple of friends that work at TPS, so with it not being too old, it's quite easy. My friend Adam, he's an Audi breaker, so for the parts for moulds and things like that was quite simple, really. I don't think there's really been anything that I've struggled with. Probably the longest I've waited is 10, 14 days for parts from TPS if it's been on back order. The last time it was mapped, it ran, I think it was 363. It needs a map again. I've done it. The injectors have been changed since. I've got the exhaust, the intake. I don't drive it, so I've not been in any mega rush to obviously get it done. Other things have took priority, but I do need to get it done again. It's been a great journey. Like I say, I've met some great people this year. I mean, obviously, right now we're in my mate Sam's unit. We've done probably 90% of the shows together this year. Yeah, there's some brilliant people that I've done the shows with this year. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, we've been to Europe 3 times. So yeah, it's been really good, really good.